Hello, this is Carlton. We will be doing something a little different. This is my wife's laptop. It's a Yoga 12. Now, that just flops right off, doesn't it? She is not the best when it comes to being kind to your machines. But she has done something a little special. She has been holding on to this guy here for 6 years. Now, I recently found out that this machine is 6 years old while we were in Omaha. And what I need to do now is replace the battery. So there is a story that comes along with this here. The story is we're sitting around in Omaha and we're eating at some place. Can't remember the name of the place, but I'll try to put it up there somewhere. And while we're eating at this place, we were talking about Tashanda's, laptop. And I had previously said to her, you need to get an iPad, you make a few dollars, you make a pretty penny. You should not have to lug around a laptop and lug around a cord, because this thing here, it needs its battery. Apparently, I didn't realize this here, but it needs its battery all the time. Not just some of the time, but it needs it all the time. And while we were in Omaha, we talked about it a couple of times, and she kind of sort of agreed. She gave me the usual, think about it, I should probably get one, but, we'll talk about it when we get home. Now, home is not Chicago, but we were back in Chicago a few days later. And while we were there in Chicago, all of a sudden, something happened. The computer gave her a brand new alert that she had never seen before. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to grab some coffee here. I have some coffee with me. That's good. That's very good. Now, the wife gets this message, and it makes some weird beeping noises, and she's panicking. I've never seen a panic like this before. And the reason she's panicking is because it's saying laptop will no longer charge battery. So the guys at IBM, it seems like they wanted to make sure that old batteries die and you give them a proper death by saying at some point, when we get to such a low point, we will no longer charge this battery because it is unsafe to charge that battery. I'm only assuming. I'm not a real tech guy. I do some tech-like things, but I'm not a real tech guy. And as I unscrew this here and make sure I got all the screws that are available, she's panicking. She's worried about her data, and she immediately says, "Give me a thumb drive. I need to back up my hard drive." And I'm like, well, how much space do you have? And she hates it. She absolutely hates it when I am questioning her like an investigator. But she, who used to be an engineer, understands that you have to ask questions to find out what the root problem is to figure out what you can do in the future. The future is, now. And the answer was she needed 200 gigabytes of data. Now, my first thought is, I'm not going to give this woman 200 gigabytes of anything. Because I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Look how filtered. That is so gross. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to clean that. Why do I have to clean this? There it is. That's the battery. See, she was looking at a battery, too, while she was trying to hunt for a battery and everything. And she was looking at a tubular battery. I was like, honey, you need to make sure that you get in the right thing. And she was about to buy the wrong thing. I did some research and I found the right one. Oh, I think I can put a Gobi in here. Nice. Anyway, this is what ended up happening. I ended up saying, hey, honey, let me tell you this. Let me break this down for you. And I broke it down for her. Your laptop is not broken. It simply is saying you can no longer get a charge in this particular battery here. This particular battery is a piece of junk at this point in time. So I'm just going to throw that away. And what it's saying is you need to replace, wow, this is really gross here. You need to replace that battery as fast as possible. But don't worry, your data is safe because her data is right here. It's on a hard drive. There's nothing wrong with her data. This can die. That can die. All of this can die. But as long as nothing short circuits this hard drive, she's A-okay. I can pull this out. I can stick it into another machine and then make it work just like it was hers. That's what I tried to explain to her. And she was actually acting like she didn't have a 4-year degree from Georgia Tech. That's what she was doing. She was acting unintelligent, and I was getting upset because I'm like, you're smarter than this. I know you're smarter than this. This is almost fitting, but not exactly fitting. It's slightly off. Why is this slightly off? So this hole is kind of tight. But yeah, it fits. Okay, that's good. Man, that is really tight. That's a tight fitting hole. And I'm getting upset because she's over here upset, and I'm like, hey, let's slow this down. Let's calm down. Let's try to deal with this here. When we get home, what I'm gonna do is I am going to buy you another battery. No. I didn't do that route. In my head, I'm thinking I'm gonna get her another battery. Well, she's going to get it because she can afford it. I'm not going to buy her no freaking battery. You buy your own battery. I was like, don't worry. We'll deal with the battery issue when we get home. But what I really want you to do is just strongly consider getting an iPad. And I'll help you get it and everything. She said, okay. We'll definitely get one. And when we got home, it took her a couple of days to sit on the idea. And she was more into wanting to replace the battery. And I was like, okay, look, it's Sunday. We got things to do. I got to get ready for work. Today, let's buy the iPad and buy a battery. Well, why do we have to buy the battery? Why do we have to buy the battery second? I was like, because the battery takes a little bit more research than the iPad. Now, eventually, we went on ahead and bought the battery first, the way she wanted it to. And then we bought the iPad. But the great part is, now she does have an iPad on its way. And I am extremely happy about that. And that's all it takes to really install this here. I just want to, you just saw me unscrew all this stuff here. I'm going to put all those screws back in just a little bit. I just want to make sure that this is working properly. I think this is the on button. Is it the on button? I don't know. Oh, there's a power button over here. There we go. This is still a laptop, so they're not going to be all crazy like Apple is about you have to have authenticated parts and everything else. These guys are more or less going to be like, there we go. It's functional. And how much battery power does this thing have? It's going to show me. All right, so I'm going to have to blur my wife and everything else up there. But other than that, this machine is fully functional. I am going to power it down so I can put those other additional screws in there. Shut back down. And if you ever wanted to know how to put in a battery for the Yoga 12, like I said, this is a beat-up machine. She's missing a couple of buttons. It's got potato chips and stuff all insides of it. Oh, it's so gross. And she does this weird thing where she puts it in her lap, or she covers up the vents so it overheats, so all the stickers are gone. They're just gone. They just like melted off. They're like all gone. Bye-bye. And yeah, if you ever wondered how easy it is to install a battery on this machine here, it's fairly easy. This machine is designed to be maintained over years and years and years. Most ThinkPads are workhorses of some type. And that's where I'm going to end it. This is a workhorse that is still going to be functioning for quite some time. I'm going to have to rewind the tape because apparently I got an extra screw. I don't know whether it goes here or some other place. I'll figure it out in just a little bit. I'm going to rewind that tape. And that is the end of this video. Oh, there's that weird battery that may have to get replaced at some point. I think. That's like the onboard battery, I believe. Yeah. Hopefully this machine will be thrown away by then. Hopefully.